Bob, can you fill us in? Because it was just a few days ago where some of us were buying into the Nats being in the pole position.
Yeah, the Nats, I'm not even sure they have an offer on the table anymore.
Really?
But they're making it pretty clear that, hey, Bryce Harper turned them down, which is his prerogative. And they went out and spent $190 million on other free agents.
Right.
So it's almost like, not sure that money is still there. They already have the three outfielders. I think they can win the division without Harper. So they certainly have not upped their offer or anything like that. They've had really no interaction since right before Christmas.
So you're not buying all those reports that came out that Boris, I guess, went over Mark and was talking to the dad, and that they had significantly upped their offer in recent weeks.
No, they did meet with the dad before Christmas, and it was the same thing as Mark said. Hey, that was their offer. That was fair. It was only slightly deferred, and if we sign Harper, we're going to have about a $240 million payroll, be over the luxury tax for the foreseeable future. So no, Nationals insist they never up their offer.
So you believe that they currently don't have an offer to Harper?
That part's vague. I don't know if Harper came back to him and said, hey, I'll take the one I turned down. I'm not sure that, Mark Lerner would say, okay, that's fine then. Yeah. I know they have not raised their offer. And like I said, I mean, with the $190 million already spent, they may say, well, you can come back. You're going to have to take even a lot less than that offer was. So
when you break it down, they add Corbin, obviously, Sanchez. They added a couple relievers. Rosenthal's their closer. They got Adams back, added a couple catchers. You mentioned Dozier. You're going to have a really good young infield that can run. Turner should be better. I mean, do you think this team is better this year than it was last year on paper?
Possibly. I think the X factor there is Sanchez. I mean, this guy was released by the Tigers a couple of years ago. He had a monster year with the Braves. At least now he's staying in the National League. So I think he's the X factor. If he pitches like he did last year, then I say, yeah, it may be a better team. If he doesn't, I'm not sure it would be or not. Mm-hmm. So, but certainly a competitive team, and the outfield, whether Harper or not, I mean, tremendous defense there. And those guys are going to run down a million balls.
Yeah, and then Rendon will be up. What kind of money you think Rendon's looking at on the market?
And you got to figure high 100s, right? I'm not sure if it gets 200 or not. That's another factor, and that's been explained to the Lerner family. If you bring back Harper, you got zero chance of getting Rendon.
Right.
They can't afford both of them.
Right.
So this still gives Rendon a chance to bring him back to a long-term contract.
Yeah. I got to say, I mean, the Phillies, it just doesn't seem like Bryce would want to play in Philadelphia. Now, if that's the biggest contract.
Doesn't sound like he has a lot of other options.
If that's the biggest contract, I get it. But I don't know, when it comes down to D.C. or Philly, I'd much rather play in D.C. He's comfortable here. But if that's the biggest offer, I guess he's going to take it.
Yeah, and I'm sure his contract will have opt-out clauses in case he does not like Philadelphia. I think with that meeting 2 days ago was huge because I think Phillies try to sell him on that. Hey, guys love playing here. They live here when they retire. That sort of thing. I'm sure they picked Jason Worth's brain.
Oh, yeah.
And just the fact that, hey, you're treated a whole lot differently when you're the hometown guy instead of visiting here on the road. You're not going to get booed because you're not a national anymore. You're wearing a Phillies jersey. So I think they were very persuasive that way, selling the city and the team to Harper. But you're right. I mean, Harper loved Washington, D.C.
So do you think there's a shot at another team getting in the mix here, or is it going to be Philly or bust for Bryce?
Yeah, I think Philly or bust, or like you said, it's almost like the Yankees with the Nationals. It's like, okay, if Harper says, okay, one last chance to Ted Lerner, around one of the Phillies, do you blink? So I mean, right now, national people sound like no, but who knows for sure? Mm-hmm. But I can't see him. I can't see him playing for anybody else, and I won't completely dismiss the White Sox. So those three teams, I'd be shocked if he's playing anywhere else besides those three teams.
Why would if you're Machado or Bryce, other than the sheer dollars, why would you go to the White Sox? What's the sell?
I think just the sell is that you're joining a team that should be real good in a couple of years. Deep farm system in Chicago. Fabulous city, second biggest market in the country. You can be the face of the franchise. So that's they probably sell themselves more on the city in the fact that we're coming right now. It's going to be some great years beginning 2020.
So, just kind of off the top of your head, what team would you give like an A grade to in free agency so far?
Well, as far as just moves, I think the Mets have made some tremendous moves, to try to be competitive. Even getting Robinson Cano. Who knows what happens, down the line. But for now, getting a guy like that, getting Diaz the closer. So I probably like the Mets moves, what they've done so far, more than anybody. Mm-hmm. But how many times every single year, we go through this, and usually the team that wins the winner, struggles during the season. So we'll see. But I like the moves they made, at least making them competitive. This is going to be a great, fun division. I mean, all the NL East people were at the Scouts Foundation in L.A., and they were even talking about, what outside the Marlins, it's going to be a coin flip there.